We're back. I rolled 27 joints and I threw them at the audience. Why would you want to go somewhere that's just going to fuck up your day?
Because we didn't know. We thought it was going to be the coolest thing ever. It was not the coolest thing ever. You can't be talking to those guys. He goes, you can't be. I was like, dude, I don't know. So, like, I leave. You know, I'm used to driving through, like, New Hampshire, like, upstate New York and shit. And, like, maybe into Pennsylvania. So, like, that drive was fine. I made it to Ohio. I don't like Ohio.
No,
just where I was at was like a strange mix, because it was along Lake Erie, so it was along one of the Great Lakes, which was really cool. I camped I camped at a campsite that was at Lake Erie. Like, I woke up and went to the beach, and it was fucking gorgeous. I was like, this is cool. But then, like, you leave and it's just a shit ton of trailers, like trailer homes, and then you go like 5 minutes down the street and there's like McMansions everywhere. Just all these fucking little mansions. Just, I'm like, where am I? So Ohio was sick. Drove over to fucking Chicago. I love Chicago.
You like Chicago?
I love Chicago. I love it, dude. It was like the coolest, because everyone, it just reminded me of like a kind of a friendlier Boston-ish.
Okay.
As in, like, I don't know. It was more of a city grid setup, unlike how Boston can be, but like,
yeah, Boston was still like, they took the horse tracks and were like, we'll just put concrete on them.
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, these old cobblestone.
This will be fun.
This will be fun. Okay, this will be okay.
Yeah.
So, fucking was in Chicago. Went to an open mic. Didn't do an open mic. I was really hoping to do an open mic,
but there wasn't any.
But no, I mean, like, there was like slight room for sign up, but like I was already pretty high because I drank this like weed coffee thing.
That would have been perfect.
They had like weed cafes. Yeah, I mean, I had shit I wanted to talk about, but I was like, I don't know.
You ever think about just like walking out and being like, I got nothing. What do you do? What do you do for work? You know what I mean? This thing is really tinny, actually, but that's okay.
But then, like, I don't know. Half the time you do open mics, half the crowd's comics. You have to think about that.
Oh yeah,
too.
so like they're way funnier than you, or like,
well, not even funnier. That it's just like they have witty comebacks. I would, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, got called out a lot though, like in a good way. Like, people were just using me as like a reference to things. One guy used me as a MAGA supporter because I was wearing like a bright orange hat, but in that room it looked kind of red.
I can say, okay.
He's wearing a red hat, and I didn't want to be like, it's orange. You know?
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to.
It's not me, man.
Because the guy was like, his jokes were funny, but like it wasn't the right crowd for it.
Yeah.
Like, I was laughing. So, at the same time, I'm at this open mic, right? They're having this thing called a Chicago handshake. It's a type of drink.
I don't like the name of that drink.
I thought it was funny.
Chicago hand sounds like a sex. I mean, obviously it sounds like a sex move. That's what they're going for, but
like, so it's an old style, which is like their PBR, or like how we have like a
Manhattan or an old fashioned thing.
Like it's the beer. It's a beer.
Okay.
Of old style, and old style rips. That's a good cheap beer. And a shot of Malort. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Malort?
Milady.
Milady,
Milady,
please.
But you take the shot and you chase it with the beer. And I was like, okay, that's your drink? But I guess like Malort's like a big thing out there. And I was like, it's okay. Because it was like, how you like it? I was like, it's all right.
It's fine,
it's
yeah.
fine. Because they didn't go to like those fancy upscale bars or like, you know, touristy bars. I went to like some hole in the wall, and I was like, this place rips. And then I did an interview.
Yeah, hole in the wall bars are always the better ones.
Some comic was doing like Instagram reel shit, like out front, like asking questions, and I got asked if Drake should be allowed to say the N-word.
Bell?
No.
Okay, good.
The artist.
I know. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, of course he should. He's black. Look at his dad.
I said no.
Why? Just because you want to be the fucking contrarian?
Like, and he agreed. He goes, yeah. I was like, yeah, he shouldn't. And he goes, why? I was like, well, I'm white, but he's like,
I'm just gonna get the ashtray.
He's light skinned, you know. And like, I was like, he's Canadian. He's not even America. And then
why does that matter?
And then the guy who was doing it was like, yeah, he didn't even create the word. We started that shit. I was like, yeah, that's ours. That's ours to keep.
He makes a valid point, actually.
And then I think I said some
We
fuck
made
shit
that
after
word.
that, and it wasn't that good. I never got on the Instagram.
He didn't put you on?
No, he didn't put me on the Instagram. I think I was like too drunk. And
You
I might
should have
said
called out
some-
your podcast. You should have been like, dude, I'm on a podcast called SaKs. Check it out.
I was too. I'm fucked up in Chicago. Off like no sleep.
Dude, I'm fucked up in Chicago. Yo, we out here in Chicago. I'm fucked up in Chicago.
Went to the Bean.
To the Bean?
I went to the Bean. Also, sorry if this is going to be a lot of conversationalist.
Oh, yeah. We haven't seen each other in person in months.
So, like, I go to the Bean. Bean's in construction. But then I was like, oh, it's a chrome beam. Cool.
It's a beam?
Bean. I meant to say
Bean. Oh, okay.
It's a chrome.
Oh, yeah. I heard
bean.
about that. You know your city sucks when that's what you have.
Yeah, it was.
Worcester has a man fucking a turtle. Like,
Yeah.
we got that.
We got in Polar Park. Hey.
Okay, well, it's not as good. I like the
Sure.
man fucking
Man
the turtle.
fucking the turtle.
It's a statue.
Turtle.
I should have said it's a statue.
It's the statues. But Chicago really clean. Whoa, in like outside of the city now.
Okay,
I
yeah.
mean, there's bad parts to every city, but overall like very clean. I was like shocked, and I was like, wow, this is cleaner than like Worcester.
Yeah, I mean, New York is still a fucking dump.
Well, yeah, I mean,
They'll never clean that fucking place up.
No.
And I've just come to expect every city to be like fucking
shitty.
filthy. Yeah.
Just shitty and disgusting, and that wasn't. I was very happy. It didn't smell like piss, like that little musky smell you smell everywhere. Yeah,
Like in my basement.
yeah. Yes, you're walking around like fuck.
Why didn't they do something about this?
But yeah, it was very clean. Left Chicago, and me and my buddy John made our way out to Badlands National Park, which is in South Dakota.
Okay. You almost stepped on a snake. I know that.
South Dakota, yeah.
Yeah, because you were podding. Addy was on the pod for that one, I think. That was the last pod.
Last pond.
Season 1, last pod.
But we go to Badlands. Unreal. We also went to this place called Wall Drug. It was called Wall Drug. There were signs for it everywhere, and the whole time we were like, yeah, we got it, because there's nothing else out there. So it's just a million billboards for dry wall drug, like different. It's like, it's got to be the bee's knees. So I go there, and it's just a bunch of gift shops. I'm like, this is dumb. And then we got their food. I got a bison burger, right?
Okay.
Me and John got a bison burger. That noises.
What noise? The crickets?
Yeah.
I don't even hear them through the headphones.
Oh.
You will in the microphones probably, but whatever.
But we get to Badlands. Oh yeah, we get the bison burger. It's for real, like it was good, for what it was. But then we were driving back, and both me and John are just like literally falling asleep.
Like at the wheel?
Yeah, like
No
me
shit.
and John are both like, John's like, I saw you going, but I was also going too. And I was just like, dude, did they put like Xanax in the bison mix? I was just like, because we got so tired, like so fast. Like drive back. It was like maybe 20 minutes. Badlands is unreal. It looks like if what I picture Mars to be, or like it just felt like otherworldly. It was fucking insane.
Do some acid there, man. That would have been sick.
Well, we got really high.
It's just as good.
And we were driving over to the Minutemen missile silos that they had during the Cold War. There's 3 of them. So we drive up and we see this little museum building. Museum building's closed, but they have a cool army truck up front. So we're like fucking around with that. We're like, where are the silos, dude? I want to see the silo. Like high giggling, being like, we're high going to see the silos. This is going to be pretty neat.
High-low,
baby. And so we see the silos. And like we turn around.
Yeah.
And there's just this big dark hole in the ground with a little shack next to it. Like you'd probably go in to go down or something. I don't know how these things work. And you know that like intro, like that music to All Quiet on the Western Front, like the burner. Yeah. That played in my head while looking at that, and I lost my mind.
Like in a sad way?
In like a whole, what the fuck?
What just happened here?
Well, because like you're just looking at that, like that. I mean, it probably doesn't, but at some point, it had a nuke in it that could just destroy, like decimate. And then I turn around and there's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And we got back in my car quietly. Like, nope, we didn't talk. We saw it and we were like,
Oh man.
Oh. Like, it had some weight. And then we got in my car and we're driving away. We're going down the dirt road, and like 5 minutes passes, and I looked at John. I'm like, "Do you also feel weird in your stomach?" He goes, "Fucking yeah, dude." What the fuck? We just, dude. We had to like, we kept laughing about it, but we were like, "That was fucked up. That was like actually fucked up." And we had to
water. Oh, you have a water.
We had to we're like, I have to cool down. We have to reset. Like, that fucked up our whole day. It was like it's hard to explain because you just
why would you want to go somewhere that's just gonna fuck up your day?
Because we didn't know. We thought it was gonna be the coolest thing ever. It was not the coolest thing ever. And then so we do that.
Sip for dramatic effect.
We do that. We leave. We're like, all right, Badlands, nice to know you. Good to see you. You know, step on a rattlesnake or a snake, some sort of big snake. I was on the phone with someone.
Me.
You.
Oh no. Were you?
I was on the phone with someone.
It might have been during me when me and Addie were doing the pod, but I didn't end up having that part of the pod in because I lost it. I don't remember how I lost it. I just know the footy just went missing.
But we were like hiking. Boy, stepped on a snake, and we all freaked out. But yeah, that's that. Badlands is cool. Definitely check it out. Out of most of the national parks I've been to, like, that's been one of my favorites because it's also chill as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of them, they protect everything, but these are like, they know people can't climb these because they're like literally like that, and they're made of like what looks like clay.
The light fell. Keep talking. I'm listening.
So.
Keep talking. I'm listening.
No, I know. I know. So. Sorry, let's see what you do. Let's see. Yeah.
I'm just gonna use the tape as a rope.
No, I know what you're gonna do. I just wanna. What? I'm getting brighter. Guys, I'm Mr. Brightside. So fucking. What was I saying? You can't climb these things because they look like they're made out of like clay. Like, I can walk up to one and like kind of break it. Okay. But they're huge masses, and they're everywhere. So it's like, no, you can't climb it. But so like the park, you can just like roam around in it, but like be careful because like the weather out there is kind of fucked.
Weather outside is frightful.
But left Badlands, went up to my buddies. I'm gonna not say his name for reasons.
Nice.
Went up to. He works on oil rigs. He's a fracker, as you might.
Dude, what the frack?
What the frack?
Oh, that's why you won't say his name? Because he's a fracker?
No, because of things we did.
Oh, so he's a mother fracker then.
Yeah, so we pull up, middle of fucking nowhere, North Dakota. I go from like seeing Badlands in the distance to now just seeing oil fields. Just like literally just rigs everywhere, like little drill presses and shit, whatever the fuck they're called.
That's what's up.
I was like, this is pretty cool, Wow, haven't seen that before. And then we show up to this town. It's a city. They call things with collections of buildings very close to each other and maybe more than 1,000 people a city out there.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's like you go to like a city.
I mean, I hate
like restaurants, bars, and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like they would call like downtown Spencer a city.
That's lame.
Yeah, something like that.
It's a town. It's a city's like big.
A town out there is.
It's like my town. I'm assuming.
Oh, worse. No,
really?
Like, dude, like literally, you drive through like. That
sounds nice though. Actually,
it is pretty.
It's like
sick.
Nothing going on. I like that.
You enter the town of like Peterville, and it's like population 550. You're like, where the fuck?
My town has more than that, I think.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like there are like some tiny ass towns out there, and like just the way of living out there is way different. Like so like there's a lot of land, and people just own a lot of fucking land, so you won't see a house for like a couple miles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like. It's fucking crazy.
That is kind of funny. I that's kind of the dream though, is to like, I don't want anyone to live near me.
Yeah.
Get the fuck away from me.
Like
I do illegal things.
You're like 2 hours away from like a grocery store. But then again, a lot of people hunt out there too.
Okay, there you go.
Very self-sufficient out
Hunting
there, which is what I like. But we go up to my buddy's house. There's nothing to do there. It's like, he's like, let's go get drinks. I'm like, copy. So we go get drinks. We grab like a beer or two. We got like 3 shots because his buddies were like, hey, welcome, blah, 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 blah. So we do that, and then we leave and go to his apartment. It's like, it's him, his girlfriend's friends, and his girlfriend's friend's kid. So the kid's there. The kid's funny. We're having fun. You know, fucking around with the little kid. He keeps like pushing us. We keep falling over, and he's like, like freaking out.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right. Kid leaves. Well, the kid goes to bed. Actually, kid doesn't leave. Kid goes to bed, and then Avery pulls out of his pocket a folded up, like $10 bill or whatever, and there's precarious drugs in that $10 bill. He's like, "You want to do these precarious drugs?" And I said, "Fucking yeah."
I would love to do precarious
Let's
drugs.
do precarious drugs. Am I using that word correct?
No, but that might be the name of the pod. Precarious drugs.
Yeah, I'm
I
also
like that.
pretty stoned right now, so I mean.
Yeah, I was actually gonna see if you wouldn't mind me running up to grab my weed real quick, because I'm not. I wish I was stoned.
Go get stoned. I'll talk.
Go get
I'm
stoned.
gonna have Sean's corner.
Yeah, Sean's corner.
Okay,
Fuck yeah.
guys. All right. Welcome back to Sean's Corner, another episode of Sean's Corner. I missed you, babies. You guys are great. Here on Sean's Corner, we're going to talk about music today and bands that I've been listening to that I think you should also listen to. Do you guys remember that really cool band, the Presidents of the United States of America? They did classics like Peaches and Kitty and, you know, whatever else. Remember that song Lump by them? That's a banger. I forgot about that. We discovered it. It was pretty sick. You should listen to that. It's a really fun song. It's been stuck in my head. Just like the song Lump. She's in my head. Look at that. We're riffing. Other bands I've been listening to. There's this one band called the Coneheads. They have one EP out on Spotify. But they have a lot of other cooler music out on YouTube. They have a bunch of little, 4 or 5 song demos or 4 or 5 song little EPs. And they're really good. Also, DLMC, I think it is. DLMC. If you look it up on YouTube, just like DLMC. And look up the song fucking Mushrooms Out My Ass. It will lead you to a bunch of their other music that's also really good. They're from Indiana. Thank you, and leave. Goodbye.
Try one of these.
What is that?
So one of the stores near my house does they just make
They just make stuff.
They just make stuff. Well, they used to be a really small store, but then they got new owners. New people bought them, so they added a whole bakery. These are Oreo brownies.
Give me one right now.
Try one, dude. These are my favorite things in the world.
That's good.
I know, right?
That's true.
It's so, and just like
I'm not a big sweet guy, but
it's good. The texture, right? It's it's perfect amount of gooey. It's amazing. Oh, go ahead and finish your story. I got to put the mic down to roll, but do your thing.
So he unfolds precarious drugs. We do said precarious drugs, and then I go take a shower because I'm filthy, and I'm like on precarious drugs. So we do that. We go to bed. Chain smoked about 15 cigarettes, went to bed. We were drinking it straight, you know what I mean?
Get that shit, dog.
Wake up. I wake up. And it's like 7 in the morning. I'm on the floor. I look up and my buddy is doing Red Bull vodka shots. And I'm like, hey man, he did 3 or 4 in front of me in the time I was awake.
Wait, he did
3 or 4 Red Bull vodka shots.
Okay.
So I'm assuming he did more when I was asleep, you know?
Okay.
And I go, yo man, hey. You got work, right? He's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, what are you doing? Drinking? He's like, oh, it's the, he goes, it's what we call the oil workers coffee. And I was like, okay. So
hold on.
So he gets.
Was he just peer pressured into oh, this is what oil riggers do? And
No,
he was
he's been
oil
doing it
rigger.
for,
Probably don't say that.
I'm sure they say worse out there.
Oh, I'm sure they can say whatever they want. But that is that's not a reason at all. Well, this is what we call this is our coffee. It's no, it's fucking booze, dude. That's gonna fuck you up.
And it's just I'm like, okay. Then he hops on his sport bike. We go get breakfast. Then he quits his job because of some other guy there's like, I can get you this job that pays a lot more. And he's like, okay. Got him the job, quit his other job, and just had the day off.
Sweet.
But all there is to do, he kept telling me, yo, man, work out here, because he makes $250,000 a year. And I was like, that's a lot of money for doing what you do. He goes, yeah, well, no one wants to do it, so they pay. Which I'm like, yeah, checks out, whatever. So I said no, because I was like, bro, there's like nothing to do out here but have like a crippling precarious drug problem and
precarious drugs
and
doing great.
Alcoholics. Thank you. Become an alcoholic, so I didn't do that. Went to Glacier. Glacier was cool from there, and then went down to Missoula because we couldn't camp out at Glacier. And let me tell you something about Missoula.
Okay.
Little Sean got a little too drunk. Might have not talked to the greatest guys ever on the planet. Might have not talked to the best guys around, you know. Might have not had a conversation with some people who I should have stopped having a conversation with.
I want to know. There's too much vague.
10 minutes into the conversation. So I'm going to the bathroom, and these guys stop me. Now, one's fat with a beard and some sort of farmer hat on. Other one's wearing a Hawaiian shirt, brown slacks, and has a bald head. You know that movie of the dude with like the multiple personality disorder?
Split, yeah.
Split. He looked exactly like that.
Okay, that's already unnerving.
Bald man says, hey, what's going on, man? Because they're like, the bathroom's like from me to here, and me and you're the bad people.
Okay.
So we're chit-chatting, and I'm drunk as a fuck. Like, I'm fucking drunk, you know? I've been at this bar since like 7. It's now like maybe 10. I'm like fucked up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm talking to these guys. And they're sprinkling the little things in. Because they're like, oh man, like, what do you do? I was like, I do conservation work, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, I talked about that. And then they asked me, like, what I wanted out of life, which I was like, oh, this is a weird question to ask, but these people out here have weird things to say, so, and there's weird people out here, so I get it, like, you know, there's weird people everywhere, so whatever. So I tell them, like, I want a homestead, want to be self-sufficient and not bothered. And then he said something about Biden, and then I was just like, I just want a president to worry about us for once and not, you know, other shit, just stupid politics. And then after that, we were like having a normal conversation about Wyoming or Montana and how gorgeous the state is. And then he goes, how do you feel about Israel and Palestine right now?
Uh-oh. That's an uh-oh question for anybody.
And I go,
well, what do you think? I'll tell you when you tell me what you think. What do you think? You know what I mean? One of those.
Well,
I want to change my opinion to yours so you don't fuck me up. Like one of those.
So,
is it like that?
Like, he asked me that. And the joking part of me wanted to say something real funny. Like,
what'd you say?
In my head, I said, just turn it all into a parking lot. Like that.
Turn it all into a parking lot, dude. Fuck it.
Just like the funny haha in my head. But then I was like, you know, I don't really know. I'm just worried about America, and you know that has nothing to do. It's awful what's going on, but that has nothing to do with me.
Okay.
You know? Like, because I was like, if I say either side, I'm gonna get an earful. So I'm gonna say I don't.
That's genuinely my opinion, you know? Too. Is like I don't know. I've watched literally nothing on that shit because it's not my place.
No, it's not. And I just like I don't know. I don't watch the fucking news. You know.
Yeah.
I like have shit. I follow shit on my phone to keep me up with whatever's happening. But like, I don't. That cricket decided to fucking be in the most echoiest spot of the house.
It's dark in there.
So. Talked to these guys for a bit too long. Then I walked outside because they were like connected. I was trying to get out of the conversation by being like, I'm.
You ended up going to the bathroom still though, right?
No,
fuck these guys.
Bathroom didn't work, so I was like, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette, and then they were like, oh, we'll go smoke a cigarette too, and I was like, oh no.
Why did they?
One of them said Hashaman Alaikum to me.
Assalamu alaikum. I know that kind of. I'm not that.
That's I think that's some sort of Muslim, something like that.
It's like Sharia law kind of thing. I don't even know.
I don't know.
Someone mentioned Sharia's law, and then one of my friends made a joke about Sharia's law, and then my other friend went, "Oh, assalamu alaikum."
Yeah, he said that.
So yeah, we don't know dicks. I almost want to strike that, but we need to show how little we know. Go ahead. And
then so I was like, oh, that's strange. That's in my head.
Yeah.
And then I also thought, I said, like Hakuna Matata.
Oh yeah, Hakuna Matata. Yeah, someone hits you with Assalamu alaikum. That is, man, Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, I kind of, but like I don't think he heard me. It was, I don't know. I was also fucked up. So we walk outside. I go, John, get a look at these guys. Look at these goo guys. That's what I said to John. And John heard 2 minutes of the conversation, was more sober than I was, and was like, nah, and went inside. So I went inside too. And then he's like, do you want to get out of here? I go, yeah. I go in the car, and he goes, you can't be talking to those guys. He goes, you can't be. I was like, dude, I don't know.
Were they like redneck looking motherfuckers?
No. They look like, I don't know, like the guy that was bald. I was like, yeah, you might just be bald. You know, I don't fucking know. So John's like, you can't be talking to him. I was just like, I understand that. He's like, do you? I was like, yeah. I was like, I realized the fault in this whole thing. So I was like, they'll take it to the compound. He's like, they'll take it to the compound. Just like making jokes like that. And he's like, I was also hyping up to so many girls. And where were you? Talking to some weird fucking white guy.
Wait, he was hyping you up to a bunch of girls?
Yeah.
That's fucking...
Because he had a girlfriend.
This is my buddy Sean. He's the fucking dude.
Me
this
and
guy.
John look alike. Me and John look like brothers. We get called twins a lot. Like, as in, like, are you guys related? You know what I mean?
I think I saw a photo of him actually once. Yeah, you two together.
So like John, whenever a girl hits on him, John's like, actually, I'm taken, but I got you one better. I got a shorter, a little wider version of me with a mustache. I think you might like. You know what I mean? Like, he was just doing that, and they're like, all right.
That's fucking awesome.
And then I'm over here, the guy's like, how about Jerusalem? I go, or Palestine. Wait, or like, how about Palestine? Huh? I was like, I don't even know, man.
Couldn't even.
Yeah.
That's so good.
I'm like, just like at the table, and then the guy goes, Hashaman Alaikum, my brother. And I was just like, oh, what?
Hakuna Matata to you too, my friend.
I don't know what you want me to do here.
Dude, I got fucked up a couple of days ago.
Yeah, let me hear about you waking up in the rain.
My God. So we had summersesh last Saturday. It's Monday today. Saturday the 17th, August 17th is when we had summersesh. And like,
there you go.
I made a vlog about it. I'm just going to go over the general idea of it. Watch the vlog. I'll link it below. If I don't even know if it'll be out. It'll be out. It's already done. But this is the first year ever that summersesh got shut down by the cops, dude.
Yeah, you're telling me. Did someone call the police?
Yeah, he got new neighbors, dude.
Oh.
And they didn't like it. And they called the cops on us, and the cops came right at 10, right when my band was supposed to go on. So Ryan and his roommates were like, okay, we'll move it all inside. So we moved it inside. We played. I threw joints to the audience. Like, I rolled 27 joints, and I threw them at the audience, watched the fucking video.
That's pretty sick.
I'm doing it every year now, dude. It was awesome because fucking, I don't know, it was just so good. It was great.
Everyone's like, oh, fuck, these are...
Dude, nobody took me seriously at first because I was like, yo, who smokes weed? Stand forward. And everybody was like, And I said it one more time, and they're like, okay, I'll walk forward. And I'm like, and I pulled out the baggie and held it in front of her. I was like, no, I'm serious. Fucking come here. And I started throwing, like, small handfuls of joints at him. I only had 27, but, like, I was doing, like, fingerfuls of 3. And yeah, and then I still had like fucking 10 joints after that. So after our show, anyone who walked outside of the door was like, yo, you want a joint here? And I got so trashed. I think I had like 8 nips. 7.5 to 8 nips, something like that. I know I had 2 halves, and I bought Dr. McGillicuddy's root beer. And I also had 2 beers. And you can hear it in this vlog a little bit towards the end. Kenny, put these photos in when I get to this part too. But I remember very talking to a few guys, and same feeling I got when I looked at you and was like, Sean, I don't feel so good. And this was my plan for the night. I never told you this actually either. I forgot to mention this, that we did not get a hotel this year. They set up tents. I'm like, fuck tents, and I don't want to have to deal with I didn't want to have to deal with finding a spot to sleep and then trying to sleep.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'll just drink a shit ton and I'll just sleep wherever my body malfunctions. Was my actual plan. And it worked out without a hitch. I'm hanging out with these guys. I don't remember any of them. I think James was there. Not Red Wings, but different James. I don't remember who I was hanging out with. I know them, but I don't remember who it was.
Yeah.
And I stand up and I'm like, all right, guys, I got to go fucking puke. If I don't see you the rest of the night, I bid you adieu. And I fucking walked away, and I walked to Ryan's backyard, and I'm just kind of looking out the area, looking for my spot. And Wakai is setting up his tent, and he sees me, and he's like, hey, buddy, what you doing? And I'm like, because he knows, dude, I'm gone, dude. I was fucking, I just wanted to hack because I accidentally started doing a new drunk thing I've never done before, where I like repeat myself 3 times without finishing the sentence. We're gonna go, and it's gonna be good. It's like I was doing a lot of shit like that. And I'm like, I'm gonna go puke, and he's like, don't puke over there. I'm like, no, I'm gonna puke behind these raised flower beds so it doesn't like dribble down you, so it doesn't like, you know what I mean, spread to you. And he's like, fucking all right. And then I puked, and I'm like, I'm cool. And then I turn around, I'm like, I'm not cool. And I turned back around, and I was there for like 3 or 4 fucking hours. Now Jackson's girl Vanessa, I don't know who found me. I think maybe Kaya found me, or maybe Vanessa. But they started like, Vanessa was like chief nurse the whole night, like trying to make sure I don't die, because this is the closest I've come to dying of alcohol poisoning. Sean,
yeah, you shouldn't do that.
I think I looked over at one of them and mumbled out, because it took all my energy to speak clearly. No, I'm just like, it's not gonna come to this, but like, if you hear me, I won't be surprised if an ambulance comes, like kind of thing. Like that's what I said. That's what I said to them. But I'm like, but don't call them. I'll be fine. And I'm just puking like fucking crazy. And then Vanessa puts my hair up. And I remember Jackson like hugging me from behind and shaking me a little. And then Mac was like, that's the clearest I've ever heard you, is when you said, Jackson, if you do that, don't fucking get... what did I say? I said something really mean to him.
Don't fucking do that.
I said something really mean to him. And then...
Granted, he's done that to me when I've been sick.
I just remember like
they threw... shaking.
Yeah, dude, it sucks. And they threw a blanket on me because I was shivering. And then
I'm like a dog.
I'm like in and out of consciousness, dude. Like for a while, I thought I was with it the whole time. But like as I look back on it and as I watch the videos, I'm like, oh no, dude, I was genuinely slipping in and out of like comatose, dude. And fucking all I could think through, because I'm going through my plan. My plan is working. I just have to get through this. Like fucking, I can't, dude. Sleep. If I face the left,
I'm gonna sleep.
My spins get faster, and I feel like a million times worse.
There. Yeah, I've been there. I've been there. When you're like good, you're like, oh, I think I can actually move, and then you move, you're like,
not at all.
No.
So, I end up slipping off of the flower bed. Being like, I can finally be in a different position. And then just like, very little do I remember this. Just like being on the ground, like on his wet. He doesn't have grass. He has fake turf. He has like turf that covers his whole backyard.
Oh my God.
So I'm just sleeping. I'm like, okay, this is good. Fine. And then I wake up at like 5 a.m, dude. It's pouring rain. I look up. There's like an awning above me or something.
Like an easy up tent?
No, like a tarp that they put up with like sticks and rope.
You woke up like like you're in your foxhole in the wall.
Yeah,
you're just
dude.
Like,
my legs are soaked. I don't know where my hat is. I got the blanket. I fucking pick up the blanket and my jacket that was next to me. And I walk through the rain inside Ryan's house. Thank God his door is not locked. And I just see what I think is Jackson, Vanessa, and Christian like sleeping on the couch and on the mattress. But no, it's actually just Ryan's band. And I'm just lay down on the floor, like no bed, no nothing. And I put my sweatshirt, and I'm still trashed, but I'm not sick anymore. And I just put my sweatshirt underneath my head and just slept there. Like with the blanket, oh, it'll be okay. I'm cool now, I'm dry.
Dude.
Well, turns out, when I woke up, I went and it was still raining, but I went outside to smoke a butt, and Mac was awake. I went out back and I saw Will was all the way underneath the awning. Turns out this whole time I had an audience of 10 people watching me to make sure I don't die. I thought it was like 2. And Will spent the night with me, basically. Like, he was underneath the awning more, but just to make sure somebody was there for me, he fucking spent the night outside with me. Such a sweet friend.
That's the nicest fucking thing.
Dude, I love Will.
That's actually, I think, the nicest thing I've heard.
That's his microphone. But yeah, dude, his shoes got soaked.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it, dude.
Dude. He stuck it out for you.
I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. They could have told that story way better than me, by the way, too. I'm
they
notoriously bad at remembering
you did
everything.
And be like, yes, I remember.
I didn't do goddamn anything. That's the thing, dude. I was genuinely like pale, shaking at times, puking. Like, how you doing, Kenny? And like, I to not make sure they didn't panic. I always tried to speak with happiness, like yeah.
You do it like Backstreet Boy covers.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of like, yeah, I'm not like, I fucking want to die. I was just like, yeah, I've been,
Like, you're just trying to be as reassuring.